Good afternoon, Elements members. This is Coach Beth, Senior Fit. It's Thursday, 3 o'clock, beautiful fall day. I'm starting a little bit early so that you have a chance to run and get your weight, your water bottle, your chair, pull it outside if you've got room, and if your phone will do that for you. If not, no big deal. You do have a an armless chair. The other prop I'm bringing along today is my broom. It can be a garden rake, it can be anything, just a long, rigid pole that will support you and you can use for balance. So, with that, I'm also bringing along my single weight. Now, you can use double weights in one hand as we work with single arm, or just stick with the one weight, or no weight at all. You could use your water bottle also for your weight. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, hoping that shot is adequate. If you cannot hear me, I'm wearing my AirPods and I'm not quite sure. Oh boy, sorry, I got a light-headed flash there. All right, I'm good. Okay, so I'm going to put my broom out of the way here initially. And we're going to start seated, nice and tall. Here we are out in my garden. You can't see it right now, but it's where I'm at. I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure to know that at some point in the day, we're all working together, whether it's 3 o'clock live or at another time of day. I'm so glad you are tuning in. So we're just gonna wrap our hands around our rib cage. We may have done this on Tuesday, I'm not quite sure, but what I want you to start doing here is breathing deeply into your hand. And as you do that inhale, feel the rib cage expand into your hands, and exhale, soften, down and in. And again, expand the ribs. Nice deep breaths. Try to relax the shoulders, the chest, the face as you do your breathing. Just coming to an awareness of how you feel, how the breath feels today. Pushing all the air out. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. Stack your posture a little taller as you exhale. One more time. And exhale. Good. I'm going to put the hands right on the thighs, just above the knees. Separate my feet just a little bit wider. Now I've got this cushion I like to sit on because it keeps me a little higher. With long legs, I want my hips here, the angle of the hip to the torso to be more open than closed. So if your knees are higher than your hips, go get a pillow, go get a big book, something solid to sit on. And that would be better for your back 24/7. If you do a lot of sitting, you want those hips to be higher than your knees. All right, so the hands are here. We're just going to keep the spine very straight, and you're going to hinge forward between the knees. Don't go too far. And then lift yourself back up. Now you can use your arms to help you along, but ideally I want to use more breath to bring myself up. Imagine that as you exhale and your breath pushes against the ground, that resistance is pushing you up like a jet propulsion. And forward. Notice my knees and my toes are turned out a little bit. That opens up the hips, and that allows me a little more range. You can let the pelvis rock forward as you lean forward and come back up. As you go down, bend your elbows. Use your arms to help support your body weight as you go forward. And then as you come up, a little bit of pushing, but more through the corset area and the spinal erectors, bringing you back up. How about 2 more? I couldn't not teach outside today. It's just so beautiful. We'll probably end up in the shade by the end of our time, but that's okay. I'm going to take it while I can find it. Now we're going to come forward just part way, and I'm going to turn my hands in so the fingers are in so I can get good support, and drop the left shoulder down the midline, Look up over your right shoulder. Give it another deep breath. And then let's twist and go the other direction. Dropping that right shoulder down the midline, look up over the left shoulder. Come back to center and rise back up. Let's do a few flexing spine exercises to transition. So you're gonna nod, let the hands slide over the knees, down the legs. Inhale, exhale, slide and rise back up. Inhale, exhale, nod and roll down. Good, let the shoulders be heavy here. Inhale, exhale, rise back up. How about one more? Inhale and exhale. My dog is rolling in the dirt. Perfect. Little white dog, little brown dog. Take a deep breath. Pull the abs back towards the spine as you rise back up and grow tall. We're gonna stay upright on this sit spine. What are you doing? And oh, you know what? He found something really gross and dirty. Can you hold on 1 second? Have a drink of water. I'm gonna close the door and make sure he doesn't take that indoors. Be right back. Dylan, what are you doing? All right, we're gonna do our spine stretch forward again. As you spine stretch forward, we exhale, nod, and round, down, and down, and down. Take a deep breath. Exhale, rising back up. Right there, shoulders are easeful and heavy on the body. Okay, I can't do that anymore. I'm getting dizzy. Really sorry, everybody. It's been a funky, funky week, but I'm with you, and I'm gonna stay with you, okay? You're gonna... Whew, we're gonna set those feet out. Again, toes and knees turned open, and we're gonna hinge forward with a straight back again. We're gonna twist. Right shoulder down the midline, look up over the left. Keep breathing. Twist to the center. Let's go the other way. Deep breath. Twist to the center and help yourself back up to straight. All right, very nice. Let's pick up our weight. Now, if you have a dumbbell and it's elongated, different shape than this, you can imagine my water bottle as being a dumbbell. I want you to hold it end to end, okay? If you've just got the water bottle, hold it end to end. I'm gonna use this kettlebell today. My feet are still wide, and I'm gonna hold it by the horns. And we're just gonna keep those elbows right by our waist and open the arms and bring it up. Just some really tidy little bicep curls to warm up the upper body, warm up the core. So we're keeping our body very stable and upright. That dog is gonna be really sorry he rolled in whatever he rolled in, because I'm going to take the hose to him in a little while. 3, I'll spare you the ugly details of that little fiasco. 2, 1, hold it right here at the sternum, right in the middle. I'm still holding that weight end to end. And we're gonna just lift it about head high and down. It's not going high, but my elbows stay stacked under my wrist. And I'm gonna breathe and lower and breathe and lower. Give me 6 more for 10. And 5. 4, avoid leaning back as you raise that weight up. I may be going a little high. I'm going to modify that. 2, and 1. And then open the arms. Good, we're going to repeat that duo. So we'll start with the bicep curl. Take a deep breath, and here we go. Exhale. And 2. There's 10 of these. I thought he was being so cute, just rolling around in the dirt, taking a little dust bath, but no, some of that dust was just not dry. 3, 2, and 1. Hold here at the sternum, and we're going to go up and down again, just about head height with that weight. 2, 3, avoid slouching through your spine. Sit up nice and tall, pull that navel back towards your back waistband. 4 more. Here's 4. Heating up the fronts of the shoulders. 3. Good. 2. And 1. Bring it down to the sternum and then open the arms right there. Really nice job. Let's warm up the backs of the shoulders. So I'm going to put that weight right next to my feet. I'm hinged forward. I'm going to rest my left arm across my knees here. Let me move that so you can see what's going on. I'm going to rotate my arm so that the thumb is pointing in towards the midline. And I'm going to pull the elbow out wide and put the weight down. Elbow wide and down. Good. And breathe. And down. 4. You're welcome to prop yourself up a little higher if that forward angle is too extreme. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Let's just slide that under the legs and go to the other side. And ready? Here we go. For 10. Elbow comes out wide. I'm avoiding twisting the body as I do this. Just pull the elbow out to the side, point it to the east or the west or whatever direction you're facing. Let's do 5 and 4. This is careful. You're listening to the shoulder, not shrugging it up ideally. 2 and 1. Put that weight down and sit up tall. Perfect time to stretch the shoulders. We're going to start with it. Right arm draw across the front of the body. This is just a very subtle, very shallow stretch. I want you to find your breathing. Okay, now I want you to steer clear of your chair to your right, because we're going to let go of that right arm and just let the arm swing in space with momentum, like a pendulum. Just swing that arm. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Now I'm going to, what am I going to do? I want you to reach, I had something in mind. Yes, we're going to take it behind you. Like you've got an itch on the very middle of your back. Okay, it could be low back. I want you to go where that shoulder allows you to go. I'm going to go a little higher, more to mid back or maybe even upper back to stretch the shoulder and just find the midline of the body. Feel for your spine, feel for your vertebra, and hold that stretch right there. If that hurts, don't do it. Bring it low across your hips. You see how low my hand is right there? That's perfectly adequate. Okay? That's better than adequate. You need to stretch where you're comfortable stretching, never to a point of pain. And breathe. Did you just see how my shoulder was all caught up there? I'm going to relax and soften the shoulders, soften the chest and sternum. One more. Okay, then finally we're going to bring the right elbow out in front and either support from underneath or wrap it around. Now I'm going to reach down my spine from the top going down. Find my vertebra again, as though we've got an itch somewhere in that upper back, maybe between the shoulder blades, wherever again it's comfortable for you to stretch that shoulder. Even feeling that tricep nice and long right through here. Opening up the armpit as big as it will go for you. Feeling those ribs melt down around the body. Avoid letting them pop forward as you stretch, and we're going to let go of that. Alrighty, good. We're going to take that left arm, hello, and bring it across the body, stretching that shoulder. Part of the purpose of this class is for range of motion, increasing our range of motion, increasing the stretch of the muscles and the length. So that takes time. Takes 20 to 30 seconds for the muscle to truly let go and relax and allow you to stretch it. Breathing. Let it be heavy. Okay, before we move on, we're going to swing that arm with momentum and just let it swing like a pendulum. Make sure you're steering clear of any obstacles in the room, mostly your chair. Breathe as you work. Never holding the breath unless you're swimming. 3 and 2 and 1. Jones thinks he's a rock star. You're going to take this arm and reach behind you for that itch in the middle of the back, maybe low back, maybe down by your waist. Okay, wherever you can reach the arm, going up the spine. Feel for the middle of the body. Feel for the spine, the vertebra. Give it several deep breaths. Good. Feeling this structure open up. Not only those anterior deltoid muscles, but a little bit of scalenes and rotator cuff. One more deep breath. We still have this organization. The ribs are on the body. They're not popping forward. We're going to let go and bring the elbow out in front. Reach that elbow high. And if you feel like you can go farther with that left hand down the spine, wrap the right arm around and then hold on right there. Breathing deeply. Lift the posture up off of that chair as much as you can. Keep the ribs against the body. One more deep breathing cycle here. We're going to let go and bring the arm down. Very nice. So, while we stretch those shoulders, we're also affecting the neck. So let's just nod the head forward, just the head, stretching the back of the neck, and then look straight ahead at your horizon. Let's do that 4 more times. Chin to chest, but not jammed down. I still have space between my chin and chest, so that as I nod, it's as though I'm just picking up the back side of my head, like the crown is reaching up for the sky. Okay, lengthen and reach up. And neutral, straight ahead. One more time, lengthen, stretch up, and neutral, straight ahead. Very nice. Let's grab a drink of water before we progress to some lower body work. Alrighty, so we're going to stand up and use our chair as a place to stabilize on. So I'm going to turn my chair so that I can wrap my hands around the sides of the seat of the chair. Alright, so as I stand here, I want to stay nice and neutral. We can stretch those hamstrings a time or two. Make sure your fingers are wrapping around the sides of the chair, and you're just going to bend. Keep the heels on the floor and stretch. And as I do this stretch, I want to keep my heels right under my hips also, and my hands right under my shoulders. The only thing I'm going to add here to this, a couple things. Navel towards the back waistband, so pull that up and in and keep it there. Shoulders sliding gently down the back. And then I want to get this feeling of squeezing a ball between my ankles. Okay, so as though I'm pulling the floor together between my feet, but I'm not actually moving them, right? But I've got that energy that activates upper inner thighs, a little bit of pelvic floor if you allow it. 2 more. Lengthening, bend, and stretch. All right, let's get off the hands for just a moment. We'll do a few squats facing our chair. I'm going to set my feet out a little bit wider than the legs of the chair, hands on hips, so that I can steer my hips back behind me. Chest stays proud, looking out over my chair, and stand up. Hips go back, chest proud, stand up. For 2. We're going to do 10. hips go back so that the knees do not extend out over the toes. I know I say that every single time, but it's the truth. You could use your chair here also to help keep your chest lifted as a check. Two more. Last one. And up. Very nice. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of hip release, hip opener. Coming back down. Now, ideally my shoulders are going to be higher than my hips. I don't want my head to be lower. What I'm going to do with my right knee, first of all, I'm going to bend it. And then I'm going to bring the knee up, out and around to draw a big circle. Now I want to keep my arms and my shoulders here in the same position the whole time. But feel free to move the hips around a little bit so that the pelvis is also moving on my left thigh bone. I'm actively moving the right thigh bone. One more makes 5, and then let's go the other direction. Take a break when you need to. 2, 3, keep your weight even on your hands. 2, and 1. Plant that foot down. Stand yourself up. Walk around to the other side of your chair. Here we go. I'm going to move this forward so you can see me a little bit better. And we are going to walk away from the chair. So I'm going to keep my hands here and my weight is on the heels of my hands. I'm going to keep my body weight over my hands as I step out, tiptoeing away from the chair. Okay? You go as far as you want. 2, 3, 4. Please never work on a chair with wheels, okay? Make sure your chair is well anchored on some sort of sticky surface. 3, 4. I certainly don't want your chair to slide out from under you. And then you're going to walk in. 2, 3, 4. If you're not sure what you can trust in your arms, hands, wrists, or shoulders, then don't walk out so far. Keep more weight on your feet. But I'm feeling like, yeah, I kind of want to do a little bit of a plank today. And then in 2, 3, 4. The other thing I want you to be really careful of is what surface are your hands resting on? We don't want it to be slippery. So if you have a chair pad on there that's slippery, get rid of that for now. We do not want that to slip around. We're going to do 2 more step aways. 2, 3, 4. Shoulders over hands. And then back in. 2, 3, 4. One more time. Back. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, and 4. Very nice. And then let's go ahead and stand up for a minute. Shake those hands out. And then we'll do hip opener for the left hip. So balancing on your right leg. Keep those shoulders over your hands. You could make a fist if you want that support. I'll do it with a fist this time. Pick up the left foot and then bring the knee up, out and around for 5, 4, 2, 1. Yes, we're reversing. Here we go. I caught myself locking my right knee. Try not to lock those joints. 2. Keep your shoulders stable. Weight balanced on 2 arms. 4 and 5. Good. Go ahead and stand up tall. I'm going to stand right in front of my chair. Place my hands on my hips. And then do a little hip release bilateral. So both releasing at the same time. I'm going to set my hips back over my chair, a little modified squat, and begin to stir my hips. Now, I want you, if you have to do this in the reflection of a mirror or window, I encourage you to do that so that you can see that your shoulders and your head are really staying in the same position. It's the hips that stir around. Oftentimes, I say hip circles, and I see this, right? So, that's happening. If you feel like you're on the tilt-a-whirl, stop. No more tilt-a-whirl. Trust me, I couldn't do that today. I would get dizzy. So I'm going to just stir the hips, and I'm going to keep my eyes on the horizon and stir it around. Now you can position those feet any old way so that you really capitalize on moving the pelvis on the femur bones. I want to relax my shoulders. My hands are on the hip joint so I can feel where the tension is. Pushing the hip out to the side. Take your time and around. Let's do one more circle this direction. And around. Let's go the other way. Here we go. Just stir it around. They don't have to be as exaggerated as I am making my circles. They could be smaller. But again, keep the shoulders and the head in roughly the same position. Breathe throughout that circle. Let's do 3 more. And around. Here comes 2. One more, nice full breath cycle, each circle, and right there. Great, shake those legs out. Let's grab a drink of water again. And now let's use our broom. Okay, here's our broom. We're going to use this for lunging today. So I'm also going to use my chair. Now, I want to move my chair so that that one corner is facing forward. Okay, so it's more like a diamond shape now. And then I've got my broom handle here. Doggy, you're going to have to move. We'll see if we can make this work cooperatively. My left foot is forward. If I'm facing left, my right foot is back. You're gonna have to move your tail at least. There we go. Okay. Got my stick here, my broom handle, my rake, whatever it is. And I'm gonna use it to help support my upper body posture. You could do this on a banister. You could do this with your chair back. Okay, any old thing, but I like this today. Okay, I don't have a chair back. You're gonna bend those knees. My hip touches the chair or not, and stand. Bend both knees and stand. Your spine should reflect the same shape as that pole you're holding on to. It's upright, it's tall, it's straight, and vertical. Let's do 5 more. 3, both knees bending at the same time. 2, 1. Shift your weight to your left leg. That's the one in front. Point the right toes. Move that broom forward. And you're just going to lift, lower, lift, tap the floor. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put both feet down. Stand on your right leg. Lift the left knee up and down and up. See if you can rely on the right leg the whole time for your balance. Look out at your horizon. Lift and lift. And adding a progression. It's lift, out, in, down. Let me face you. Up, whoops, out, in, and down. Look at your horizon. Up, keep the spine up, in, down. 2 more makes 5. Up, out, in. Last one, please. It's up and out and in and down. Very nice. Turning around. Holding that broom with your left hand. Right foot's in front. Left foot's behind. Don't have to use that chair as a reference. I kind of like it because it's something tangible, something I can connect with if I choose to, bending both knees. I want to make sure that that back foot is back far enough so that my front knee is at a right angle, more or less, on top of that heel. Okay, here we go. We're off to the races. 5 more. Chest is proud, ribs are in. 4, bend both knees. 3, 2, and 1. Shift your weight forward and move your broom forward. Hip extension, lift and lower. Lift and lower. strong. And breathe. 5. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step on both feet. And we're going to raise the right knee straight out in front in a tabletop and lower. That means 90, 90, down, and lift, and lower. Keep going. Abs are up and in. You can stick with this option. The next 5 reps, I'm going to add the progression. It's up, out, in, and now we're keeping track of the pelvis. I do not want the pelvis to rotate, hike, tilt, or shift at all. I kind of lost count. I think I have 2 more. In, and stay with it. Up, and out, and in, and together. Hey, nice job. All right, shake those legs out a little bit. You earned that, and we're going to use that pole, whatever it is you've got here. Making sure it's not too heavy, okay? There is a lot of value to working with something weighted on one end, like a shovel or a rake. And in that case, if that's what you've got, I'll remind you to flip it over to the other side, all right, before we finish the set. So with your implement, move your hands out about shoulder width apart. We'll do 8 of these. So we'll do 4 with the tool at one end, and then we'll switch it to the other end. 2. So I'm just raising the arms up to stretch the shoulders, but not extend the rib cage or spine. Here's 4. And down. Now I'm going to flip it over to the other side and do 4 more. Lift. Arms are as wide as you need them to be. I want this to be pleasant, comfortable, functional. 3. A little bit of a tail tuck, a little bit of an ab withdrawal from the inside of your shirt, and down. Very nice. Okay, going to bring the hands in a little more narrow. Again, we'll do half of our reps on one side, and then we'll flip our implement over. So we'll just do a front raise here. And it doesn't have to be this high. I'm about mid-chest or shoulder height. 2. Find your core. 3. This is a prep. 4. And 5. Okay, switch it over to the other side. Here's 5. 3. 2. And 1. Okay, let's prep now our deadlift. So we just prepped the front raise. We're prepping the deadlift, and then we're going to switch this out for a real weight. All right. So here we are, feet almost shoulder width apart, standing nice and tall. Look at your horizon. I think I'm going to have to move my chair out of the way just a little bit. Deadlift is all about the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the glutes. The spine stays very correct. As I hinge forward, I'm going to bend the knees a little bit, bring that stick down to my knees, and then stand back up. Didn't move the spine at all, did I? Okay, I hinged at my hips. In that sense, I moved the spine from upright to angled, but I didn't round it to get there. Okay, so that broom or that stick could move down to your shins now. As long as you're displacing those hips back, it's kind of like a squat, but not quite, because I'm not bending my knees quite as deeply. Coming back up. And then back up. All right, flip your tool around. We'll go 5 more here. It's important that we keep that chest proud and those shoulders back. I do not want to drop my head forward or drop the shoulders below the hips. 2 more. Remember that feeling of squeezing a ball between your ankles? That's where I want you to go with upper inner thighs. 1 more. And up. Okay. We've done some preps. Time to move that. Set your tool down. Now we're going to come back with our weights. So the first prep we did was front raise. Okay, so You can hold your water bottle end to end. You could hold a dumbbell end to end, can of soup, whatever you've got. I'm going to hold my kettlebell by the horns. I'm going to stand in a split stance, meaning my right foot's back, my left foot's forward, but my weight is 50-50. Looking out at your horizon, the arms almost stay straight, never locked, and bring it up, and inhale down. So now our weight is centered. We don't have to switch anything except the feet. That was 4. Switch it over. Keep going. Lift. 50-50 on the feet. 2. Can you feel what 50-50 is like on each foot? Can you gauge that? Can you make it even? There we go. And then our deadlift. Okay? Holding that. Now, if you have a dumbbell or a water bottle that you're working with, here's how you're holding it again, end to end. I'll show you a few times with this, and then I'll show you with my kettlebell. So you're going down, same deal, a little more weight, and then standing upright. Okay, we're still not rounding the spine. We're staying very strong, up and down the whole spinal chain. This doesn't change. Keep it in and up. My kettlebell is dropping. It's a little longer than my stick was, so it's going to my shins roughly, and then back up. Now what I want you to sense with this work is that this part of the body is what's bringing you upright. Okay, not your back, not your quads. It's your hamstrings and your glutes. Think of wrapping that thigh bone around to the middle of the hamstring, the back of the leg. Chest stays proud the whole time. Neck stays stable. That means I'm looking down and I'm looking up. But it's not because I'm moving my neck. It's because I'm hinging. 2 more. 1 more. My hips are the fulcrum. And my body is the moving arm. Good job. Woo. Okay, let's get a drink of water. See where we're at time-wise. You're all doing a great job. Whoops. So now I switch. I gotta check with my glasses. Are you with me? I'm so blind. Woo-wee. There we go. Okay, we're gonna go into some stretching now, especially for the legs. So, hopefully you have that drink of water. I wanna make sure that you can. I'm going to move my chair forward again. And we're going to go back into that hamstring stretch. Okay, so your chair, you are facing it. Hands wrapped around the edges. Move that so it's a little bit wider. Okay, hands right under shoulders. Feet right under hips. More or less your surface is level, okay, where your feet are. I'm in gravel, so it's a little iffy, but we're going to straighten the legs, softly bend, right there. Now, in that bend, that should be comfortably tight. Maybe you're straightening your legs all the way. If your chair is a little higher, you may have a little bit more mileage from that stretch. So find a place where you can almost straighten the legs, but not locked. And then we're going to bend one knee as you raise the heel, and then switch. Now, I don't want to move my body when I do this. I just want to move the legs. So as I lift a heel, bend a knee, only the leg shifts. My hips may shift a little bit up and down, side to side, but I really want to work at keeping them stable. So that's where the abs come in again. Think as though you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans, okay? What do you have to do to get that zipper up? You have to pull your abs up and in, right? Exaggerate the heel lift for me now. So lift the arch, lift the heel, lift the arch, lift the heel. One more on each side. Bend, and then soften both knees, and come all the way back up. Okay, so we're gonna do a little twisting again. This is one of my very favorites. Hands on the chair again. Keep more weight on your feet now, okay, so that we're not really overworking or overbearing on the arms and wrists. I'm in fact going to go to a left fist, and I'm going to reach my right arm out. You know what? I'm going to change it to a short lever. Fingers on the shoulder. Open the elbow out to the side. Twist and touch the other elbow. Lift it up and out. Now I'm keeping my hips very stable. Just twist the spine through the upper, mid, back. Up and open. Twist. Look left. Look up and look right. Twist to the left, up and look right. Legs stay stable. Twist, up, and isn't that lovely? And up, last one. Reach the arm long and reach it through. And come back to center. Stand up for a moment, shake it out. I'll go to the other side of my chair. You're welcome to do the same. Okay, right fist. Left fingertips on the left shoulder. We're gonna open up the elbow, keep your hips stable, and then touch the other elbow, and open, and twist. I'm gonna try not to vary the length of my legs or the level of my hips. Twist, and open, twist. 3 more, take your time. If I'm going too fast, slow it down, but make sure that you are breathing constantly through these reps. Now on our last one, we're gonna open the arm all the way up to long. Sweep under and through and twist. And come back to center. Take a deep breath, soften the knees, pull the abs up and in, and stand yourself up. Woo! Alrighty, awesome job. I think I've got the dizzies out. Sitting up nice and tall, right here. Good, now we're gonna stabilize again. So I want you to think of holding a ball about fist width between your knees and ankles. Keep that ball there. Reach the arms out long. We're gonna circle, circle, circle. Now your job is to grow taller, so you can sit a little higher on your hips. And your other job is to not wiggle. So just the arm. Circle, super fine and small, and breathe. 3, 2, and hold. Bend the elbows, push them back behind you. Hinge forward so the chest is reaching for the knees, and you're gonna push the hands away, bend it in. Hands away, bend it in. Shoulders reaching down the back. Every time I reach the fingertips away, remind yourself to reach the shoulder blades down towards your hip pockets as well. 3, abs drawn back towards the back waistband. 2, and 1. All right, coming back up, arms reaching east to west, circle but reverse. Take some deeper breaths if you need them. Gosh, what a beautiful day. 8, 7, don't wiggle the body. Sit a little taller on your hips, don't wiggle. 3, and 2, and 1. Great job. Hinge forward, elbows are up like a marionette. They're out wide, east and west, and you're gonna push the hands to the side walls, push them out. Push them out by leaning forward a little bit here, angled forward. We're working those spinal erectors, spinal extensors. Keep the abs strong, keep the shoulders reaching down the back. Push the side walls out, bend. Push them out, bend. 5, 4, shoulders down, neck long, like a turtle coming out of its shell. 1 more time, reach, sit up, deep breath, up, up, up. Exhale, lower down. 1 more time, up. Exhale. 1 more time, check out that blue sky. So grateful for that. And down. Thank you so much for joining me today. Beautiful, glorious day. So glad you were here. Thanks for bearing with me and my dog Jones. He's a little tooth ball. We all have those in our lives. So I hope you have a great weekend. Plan to see you next Tuesday. All right. Stay well, stay healthy, stay distanced and masked. Bye-bye.